multiply negative 3x minus 10 times negative 3x plus 10. So these are two binomials. Okay, two binomials. All right, and when we multiply them, let's look at the FOIL technique, okay, where you have my first terms, f is the first, o for the outsides, I is not the outside, but it's the inside, and L would not be the first, it would be the last. So there's your F, O, I, and L. And let's look at the first terms now. The first term of this binomial is the negative 3x. The first term of this binomial is the negative 3x. Okay, so you repeat that. Okay, now add in the outsides. The outside would be the negative 3x and the plus 10. Those are my outsides. Okay, now my inside terms, that would be these two. And you could write negative 10 times negative 3x, but you know, let's make it look like this, okay? Let's commute these things. Let's look at, instead of negative 10 and negative 3x, put the negative 3x first, and then the negative 10. So those are my insides, F, O, I, and we're going to add in the last terms. That would be the negative 10 and the plus 10. Because if these two are the first terms, if those are my first, then my last terms are these two. So negative 3 times negative 3 is a plus 9, and you have a couple of x's. When you multiply my first terms, okay, here are my outsides. You have negative 30x, okay, and this looks similar except what? You have a negative times a negative would be a what? Okay, and you'll still have 30x, and then you have your minus 10 times your 10. Now look at these two, the 30x and the negative 30x, what happens to them? They cancel, don't they? So that leaves me, came from the outsides, this came from the insides. My outsides and insides, they cancel, don't they? So that leaves me my first terms, which gives me this, and my last terms. Because the outsides and insides, 30 minus 30 is 0. All right? So we could start over again and look at the first terms. And then the last terms, you'd have negative 10 times plus 10. That would give you a minus. All right? So you end up with 9x squared minus 100.